Moving towards a low-carbon global economy will take massive investment. But who is better placed to decide how much to spend and where? Business leaders or politicians? I invite Reverend Nicholas Francis to argue for the motion that markets are superior to regulation in leading corporations toward greener operations.
Reverend Nicholas Francis began his career in the hotel business. Later, he was ordained as an Anglican priest. In 2004, he founded Easy Being Green, a company which offers advice on the reduction of emissions.
I think the reason I'm here, I haven't really worked in this field for very long, and the reason I'm here is I have 2 children. And I've been coming here for 5 years to put on my suit and brush up my cufflinks and be with the leaders of industry. And I stopped doing what I was doing, and I decided I was going to build a business that would supply energy efficiency right around the world in the next few years. It might be the biggest business in the world. I was willing to fail miserably, stand up in front of lots of people and look a fool. Because I have 2 children that I do not think will see the planet that we have had. And it was on our watch that we destroyed it. I am willing to fail boldly for us to do something about this. I think we heard a point earlier on, and I think you made the point. This is not a story, actually, that will be delivered by men wearing suits. Because we haven't got it, and we haven't... You know, the interesting thing is we have 2 leaders, certainly in my country, in Australia, and also in America, where they haven't even heard it from the business community. You know, they are still staying, and we heard it last night from President Bush, we'll do fuel security, but we won't talk about energy efficiency, we won't talk about a price on a carbon, we won't open up these markets to deliver change. Well, we got to, it's the time's now. So the interesting thing is it about, should business people lead that? Should organizations lead that? Now, I run a business because I think you've got to move fast. I've been in this space for 20 years, and I'm in it for passion. I think the thing is, governments create the opportunity. We do need leadership. We do need to stand on this. We do need to stop having a debate, actually, about what we're going to do in 15 or 20 years with nuclear, or what we're going to do in terms of carbon sequestration. We almost need to not worry too much, although I love the argument and the fact that our leaders don't get that 75% of even business people want that solution. I mean, it's a 5-year solution or a 10-year solution. Right now, around the world, we could build enough little light globes or light bulbs, depending where you live in the world. We could just change everyone in Europe and America, and we would reduce emissions around the world by more than 5%. That's not, you know, and you mention it like it's something that's just here. It's huge. And we don't have the debate. And why don't we have the debate? Because actually it's not big. It's not a big power plant that I might be able to say yes to. It's actually very, very simple. Easy Being Green, my company in Australia, under some very thoughtful legislation from the New South Wales government, was able, with just 120 young people, to deliver light globes into most households and take out the need for several power stations in terms of energy. Now, we can do it across the world, but it will take some leadership, and it will take thinking a little bit about, are we wanting it to be the way it was? Are we wanting to have a debate about the things we know, or are we willing to debate things differently? So now, is it about government or is it about enterprise? There are many, many governments around at the moment that could do this. Britain's an example. Britain has an energy efficiency commitment, and it is delivered by their energy providers. And they have 4 years, and the clock is ticking. They have 4 years to deliver something that we could do by Christmas. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that for you, for your children, for my children, and certainly not for our grandchildren. So yes, the legislation is in place. Yes, it is incredibly important. Yes, we need leadership. We need to support Kyotos. We need to support protocols that allow us to act. But actually, you have to give it, you have to open up that market, you have to allow people with passion and organizations with passion to deliver a change in this society which will make the world safer. I'm about that, and I think we have to be willing to fail, and we have to be willing to change our conversations. And it has to not be about men. It has to be about women and children and about our future. It will look very different, and we will do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. We appreciate that.